Hey, everybody, and welcome to Popcorn Dogs, your favorite podcast about is it a sin to want to be a vampire and hang out with Haley Steinfeld forever?
In my book, no.
I'm in.
Sign me up.
This has been Popcorn Dogs. Thanks for checking us out.
I'm
Brad.
Am Tyler, and I got a movie coming because it's my pick after this. We kind of skipped my pick, but I was totally down with it.
Sinners had to happen.
Sinners had to happen because this movie fucking rocks my socks off.
Yeah, our socks have been gone, dude.
I
haven't found them in a long time.
Dude, one of mine went up into a tree, and I'm like, I'm not climbing up there to get that.
And you threw a ball at it to get it down, and
now
the ball got stuck.
Yeah. I need to get a cat, but then the cat's just going to get stuck.
You should get another cat, or get a cat, though. I was playing Night Rain with Vectress, and you know the game chat with the PS5, you can just hear him out of your controller. His cat got very close, and it was just meowing very loud, and made me very happy. Yes, but your pick, as you were saying.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Oh,
it's a surprise.
How about genre or year released?
I'm currently deciding between two.
Okay,
so I'm not going to give it away, but I'm leaning towards action.
Okay,
and I believe it was in the mid to late 90s. I don't know the exact year.
The Mask.
Yeah, it's an action movie.
Somebody stop me. Yes, this is Popcorn Dogs, where we talk about movies and television, and we're part of the Hair of the Dogcast network. Check out all of the other amazing shows. We're talking about Sinners.
I've been all over this world. I seen men die in ways I ain't even know was possible. Love you, brother. Be careful. I will. With all the things that I've seen, I ain't ever seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic. Till now. Now get back inside.
Let me in, man. Some weird shit going on out here.
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
There was not really a choice. This movie started blowing up on the Discord, and I was like, yes, I'll check it out. And initial thoughts, watching the movie, very high on it. Loved almost all of it. And there were some things that I thought were a little weak at some spots. And then as it sat and gestated and I thought about it, my feelings just really grew. And I am pretty high in this film.
I agree. I was very high going into it. One of the reasons that I definitely wanted to talk about it is working at a brewery. You hear a lot of conversations people are having. You eavesdrop quite a bit, hearing about what people are talking about. And when this movie was released in theaters, I heard a lot of people saying, oh, we just saw Sinners. We're going to go see Sinners. I want to see Sinners. It was a lot of buzz that I don't normally hear about film at all anymore. And it's nice to hear that about an original concept, not based off anything, just an original idea.
They're going to make it into a cinematic universe quick, though. You know that.
Oh, fucking, I mean, they have the door wide open. We'll get into that. But
yes,
I was very happy to see that people wanted to go see a new, brand spanking new idea.
Yeah. And Ryan Coogler definitely has Hollywood's attention right now. Coogler, you would know as the writer and director and producer of Sinners. He also did Creed 2015, Black Panther 1 and 2, as well as a film called Fruitvale Station.
Ooh, Fruitvale is heart-wrenching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I watched it with somebody who the topic about Fruitvale was pretty near and dear to them. I don't know if they knew adjacently somebody that was involved in the actual story, or they were from the area. It was a long time ago. We were very high. But J. Cole said something about it, piqued my interest, watched the movie. It made me weep. Very good movie.
2013, Coogler wrote and directed that first feature-length film, Fruitvale Station. Told the story of the last 24 hours of the life of Oscar Grant, also played by Michael B. Jordan. He's in all of his films. Shot to death by a police officer at Oakland's Fruitvale BART station. Instantly began winning awards. Coogler, as a director, has a very confident direction. Definitely knows the stories he wants to tell, and does a good job. I didn't love Black Panther 1. To me, it was a little too MCU, but a lot of great moments in that as well. And I haven't seen Creed. I should see Creed. I hear it's good, but to me, I have this whole tired of sequelitis and prequelitis stuff going on. So
I think 2015 Creed did give the Rocky franchise kind of a shot in the arm by changing the direction a little bit about what the Rocky universe was doing, focusing
on Rocky Cinematic Universe, the RCU.
I appreciated Creed for what it was worth.
I can't wait till Creed meets up with the Karate Kid and they fight each other.
Oh, dude, he's gonna beat the shit out of Jaden Smith.
No, it's Mr. Miyagi. CG.
CG,
yeah,
entirely CG.
Wax on, fuck off.
Yeah,
punches you. Yes, production for this film, Sinners, began in January of 2024.
That is a quick turnaround.
Well, this the code, the working title was Grilled Cheese, because I forget the exact quote, but it was designed to be a film made quick and cheap but delicious, like a grilled cheese.
And it succeeded.
Yes, an untitled period film taking place in the Jim Crow era South was reportedly in development with Michael B. Jordan. Sony Pictures, Warner Brothers, and Universal were in a bidding war to acquire the distribution rights to the film, which carried in a budget of around $90 million. In exchange for the distribution rights to the film, Coogler was also reportedly asking studios for first dollar gross, final cut privilege, and ownership of the film 25 years after its release.
Get it.
A lot of interesting things there.
That's smart.
Now, final cut privilege, directors need that if you want to be a director who has a vision. Otherwise, they're like, cut 20 minutes here, we're going to add this character. And in this scene, Falcon attacks the Marvel complex.
It's like, you're like, what?
Trust me, it'll make sense in 10 films.
Yeah, I think a lot about the Suicide Squad movie that got recut with all the fucking the more comedy and stuff. I heard it was supposed to be a much darker movie.
What are we? Some sort of a Suicide Squad?
Oh, so disappointing. I was so ready to see that movie.
I don't know, any film with Jared Leto, I don't think you're going to have my attention anyways.
Who knows? He might not be acting for much longer.
Well,
turns out dude's a creep.
They won't confirm that until after Tron is out. I want to like Tron. I want to, but you made it with Jared Leto, so I can't watch it. But first dollar gross, you might be asking yourself, what is first dollar gross? A participant receives a percentage of the gross box office revenue starting from the film's first day of release. Filmmaker collects money from first ticket sale and not after studio makes a profit.
Yeah, which if you don't have that and the movie doesn't make any money or doesn't make its budget back, then you're looking at...
He's looking out for himself.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yes, and then ownership of the film 25 years after its release. That's another interesting thing. So 25 years from now, he'll have all the rights to the film. So, but right now, Sinners 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the prequel Sinners series could be totally made without his permission.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be smart to, but they could. Warner Brothers won the distribution rights. Principal photography began on April 14th, like I said, under the title of Grilled Cheese. Wrapped on June 17th. Pretty quick turnaround.
That is very fast.
Yeah.
3
months.
It makes a lot more sense now when you see how many locations are used in the film.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense.
A lot of set design, though.
Yeah.
A lot of costume work. This film doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look fastly made, which is a testament to the filmmaking prowess.
And that's one thing that's such a true story with a lot of films with a small budget. Look at like Reservoir Dogs with Tarantino, focusing almost entirely on one location and really fleshing that out with the set design, putting the money in the wardrobe, and focusing on paying good actors to be in it. You can really hone the movie very quickly and very well with limited. Once you start expanding to different locations, and you got to get a assistant director in to go shoot this scene while I'm over here in Phoenix shooting this scene, like the budget can skyrocket for a lot of films that way.
This is not Peter Jackson directing 5 different sets at the same time remotely.
Yes.
Insanity. Yes, the production spent $67.6 million on location in Louisiana, and the film's allocated budget is rumored to have ultimately rose to around $100 million. Every dollar of that is seen on screen, in my opinion. Cinematography by Autumn Durrell Arkapaw, who also did Black Panther 2, The Last Showgirl, and Sinners. Shot on 65mm film using a combination of IMAX 15 perf and Ultra Panavision 70 cameras, and scenes thus alternate between the 1.431 and 2.761 aspect ratios. If you see it in IMAX, I hate that. It's cool to shoot things in IMAX, of course, but aspect ratio change is so jarring to me.
There's one moment it happens in the film, and it actually it's cool the way it happens, because the bars kind of come in all of a sudden, and it's when the vampires are outside.
Yeah.
And it gives you a sense of claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Like you can't escape. I really enjoyed it there. If films are going to do this, I think you need to use it as a mechanic for the storytelling. It needs to add something to it, because otherwise it is very jarring. I remember when I saw The Dark Knight Rises and it was switching aspect ratios, and I was like, ooh, don't like that.
Christopher, you didn't think this through, Christopher.
Like, not only can I barely hear Bane, but the aspect ratio is changing, my man.
aspect ratio is changed. Having you said that.
I think the same thing happened with Tenet, too. And Tenet, you can't hear anything.
Man, for Christopher Nolan to make a film after like Inception and Dark Knight Rises, for me to like not even I didn't even see Tenet. I'm like, that's the worst name. That is the most boring looking poster.
Oh, I bought it on Blu-ray without ever watching it, because I was like, it's going to be good.
Is it good?
It's okay. I watched it with my brother, and both of us, when the movie ended, were just like, what?
You're in like bad film denial right now, it sounds like.
It was confusing. I do think that some of the fights that happen like backwards are really cool. It's like he had a really cool idea with those scenes, and he tried to build a film around it.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really, it didn't hit.
Edited by Michael P. Shawver, production designer Hannah Beachler. Hannah, great fucking work on the design. The cast, Michael B. Jordan crushes this movie.
Oh.
Not only once, but twice.
I did not know that he played Smoke and Stack going into the movie.
I didn't either. And they sell it very early on, where I'm like, am I going to be looking to see where their eye lines are? Am I going to be paying attention to that? Because
Yep, I did too.
And the moment they just like hand a cigarette between each other's, like to and fro, I'm like, seamless. Okay,
Yep,
I'm
you
in.
Nailed it.
I don't have to worry about this anymore. Because there's always that like, when there's a lot of overhead or like behind the back shots where it's them talking, where I'm like, a little funky.
Yeah.
But no, it really works here. He plays Elijah Smokemore and Elias Stackmore. Smoke and Stack.
I love that. Super creative. Just like, it's just a fun little name.
Yeah.
I just like, it's just super clever in my opinion.
It ties the characters together too. Like without the other one, they're just Stack or Smoke. And
Together they are a unit.
They are greater than the sum of their parts. I'm going to get them confused. But, like one of them has to roll the cigarettes for the other one. Like one's got more of like the soul. He's like, no, it's okay. We can take these like not real monies from these people. Like these are our people. We're going to take them. But I don't know. They're two sides of the same coin, and even like their ultimate payoffs at the end, I think, reflect that as well. Fantastic performance. Michael B. Jordan can do no wrong at this point. I haven't heard bad things about him. He's very good at keeping his head out of the limelight.
I have been a big fan of him for a while now. I mean, I really enjoyed him in season 1 of The Wire.
Where the fuck is Wallace?
Yeah, where is he?
That's not him, but he was Wallace, right?
I can't remember his name, but he's got an incredible storyline in The Wire.
He's a young guy back then.
Yep. And then Fruitvale Station is where he really popped off for me, because his performance in Fruitvale is fantastic.
And it's a thing when you watch Black Panther 1 and you're more invested in Killmonger than Black Panther. You're like, I kind of hate white people now.
I get it.
I get it. Denzel Washington told Michael B. Jordan, he's like, Michael B. Jordan, I think, was like making more social appearances and popping up out in public. And he's like, why would they pay money to come see you if they can see you all the time?
Yeah. Dude, Denzel has just been spitting little gems of knowledge for so long now, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, with all the Diddy stuff coming out, he was like, you better leave the party 30 minutes before the devil arrives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this guy is fucking dope.
And he's right. We got Haley Steinfeld as Mary, Stack's ex-girlfriend.
I love her. Her performance is incredible.
She's had a weird career trajectory. It's incredible here, and by like all accounts, she is a sexy, talented, powerful woman in this film. This is definitely like she grew up in this film because I remember seeing her in True Grit with Jeff Bridges, Coen Brothers film, and she's little Haley Steinfeld. I haven't followed her music career. She's pop music now.
Yeah.
She was fine in Hawkeye, which I don't really care for Hawkeye, that show. But her performance here is fantastic.
She has a line in this film that made me blush.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
You can steal everything, but you can't steal this pussy for one night.
That's one of them. The other one is...
Oh, it's another one.
Yeah. You ate my coos and then fucked me so good. I was like, oh my goodness.
This film is horny.
It is. I was bricked up for a minute.
A lot of films are like afraid to go there. And when Miles is like going down on that dude's wife, and they're just like sex in this movie, and it feels just like raw and smelly and sweaty.
Yep.
And very good.
Yeah,
She like spits in his mouth at one point. I'm like, this is filthy.
It gets dirty, it gets filthy, it gets in the mud. But it's done also tastefully too. I don't think it's gratuitous or over the top, and it never lingers too long on these scenes. It just gives you a jolt of sexuality and just raw passion sometimes.
It's not gratuitous.
No.
It's important to the story.
Never lingers, which is important.
Because this film, it's called Sinners. It's largely about the depths of the human soul and fighting for, individuality, not to get too much into the themes too early, but being able to express yourself physically and to do the things you want to do is sin, according to many religions.
Yeah.
But if you want to go eat that coos and then fuck her real good, it might be a sin.
But hey, you should definitely do it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you got some Irish beer and some coos, you might be in for a good night.
Oh, you're in for an excellent night.
Yeah, you might be. Even at the very end, when they find him, and they're like, "Do you want to be a vampire?" And Buddy Guy's like, "That was the best night of my life." Even with all that vampire shit, she's like, "Up until then, that was the best night of my life." I was like, "I get it."
Yeah, I mean, it is so well done.
I love the blues, and I love sitting. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I know you wanted me to be a good Christian boy. It's not really in the books for me.
I don't know if we'll get into it, but it's Miles, right?
Miles Catton is Sammy Preacher Boy. I have a whole paragraph about him.
I thought he was loosely inspired by somebody who actually existed.
Well, the older Miles Catton, older Preacher Boy, is played by Buddy Guy, who is a real blues musician.
Is that the guy who sold his soul to the devil to learn how to play?
Oh no, I don't know if that's. That's actually a character in Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Yeah. And there's like one picture of him and like a couple recordings of him playing like real early blues, like way back in like the 20s and 30s.
If you know, write in the comments.
Yeah, I just felt like when we saw Miles' character, he was loosely inspired by this character. I thought it was going to be, because I went in totally blind. I didn't watch a trailer.
Yeah.
I didn't watch shit. And I thought it was going to be about how he got his talent at first. But then the moment he starts playing, I'm like, oh, this guy's good.
I'm very happy I didn't watch a trailer for this film. I think I watched like 5 seconds, and it was like fucking Louisiana, and there was going to be vampires. I'm like, I'm past. I'm in. I don't want to see any more of that.
Sign me up.
I'm in. We have Wunmi Mosaku as Annie, Smoke's estranged wife. You know her from Lovecraft Country, Loki, and horror film His House. Definitely to check out His House if you hasn't. That's very good.
Yeah, and definitely watch Lovecraft Country because that shit was fucking awesome, and it's a shame that it got canceled. But
the show didn't get canceled, and the show is still great.
There was a second season. They axed it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because the girl apparently was really hard to work with, and then Jonathan Major in the lead role. I think this is before any of.
It was before all of that.
It was well before, but who knows? Behind the set, I heard that I read reports that like it wasn't a good set.
Well, Wunmi Masaku, she is wonderful. She's wonderful in this film, beautiful lady. She kind of plays the role of a very spiritual person.
Yep.
And she knows, I mean, it's like, oh, well, that's vampires.
And I love that they just came out and said it, because like in a lot of like zombie movies, like The Walking Dead, they don't. I know the writer of The Walking Dead said that the word zombie and the idea of zombies does not exist in this world. It's a brand new thing.
Just call it a vampire, you dummies.
And they're like, oh, it's a walker, or a what do they call them at first? They call them something stupid.
Damphiers.
But then they were like, she's like, it's vampires. I was like, thank you for saying it.
And they very quickly like, garlic, holy shit. And like,
breaking steaks.
It's like, we all know the shorthand. We don't have to go through the rigmarole every time. Her and Smoke had a child together. The child passed away. And he comes back home early on in the film. And they say passing sentences, and there is so much history and emotional weight just immediately like bursting out of the screen with those two. Like, I still love you, I had to get away. And she's like, you know, the only reason you're still alive is because I was doing a protection spell on you. And he's like, why didn't you do that? Why didn't it save the baby? And I'm like, oh God, this is just brutal.
Yep.
And still very much in love, those two. Just fucking brutal, man. And I love her very much in this movie. I think she's a very talented woman.
And you bring up another thing I really enjoyed about this movie. You said just a few passing lines of dialogue that tell such an incredible story. I feel like the love story between the two of them for this entire film is masterfully done. I feel the love between them. Their chemistry is amazing.
Yeah.
Not a lot has to be said. And for a lot of movies, they're going to dwell on a love story, and they're going to use several scenes to get their point across, where this film took essentially one scene to set the entire foundation for the rest of their arc.
And then the payoff at the end of the film, when he is getting to enter the afterlife with her, doesn't need any more work. The work was done in this one scene, which was super effective. Miles Catton as Sammy Preacher Boy Moore, cousin of the twins. This young man, holy shit. This is the most confident big debut of an actor I'd never seen or heard before.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about his performance. Look at that.
I can't think of another time someone just showed up and blew me away so hard.
He came on. He was at his first at bat was like a walk-off grand slam.
Yeah. This kid, Miles Catton, I wrote half a page on Miles just because I wanted to know. 20 years old, at the age of 5, performed a Sam Cooke song at the Lakeview, New York branch of the NAACP's 24th Annual Freedom Fund Awards. I imagine his voice was as deep and powerful at the age of 5, too. Widely known in 2017 after a video of him singing Feeling Good went viral and was sampled in the montage video for rapper Jay-Z's song,
Holy
444.
shit, that's the same guy. I've seen that video.
Yep.
I didn't know that was him.
Became known in a variety television series called Little Big Shots. In 2022, toured with HER and attracted notice as a baritone background vocalist. In 2023, released his debut single, This Ain't It. Towards the end of the tour, HER encouraged Catton to audition for a film as a young kid playing the guitar, an instrument which he did not know how to play at the time.
Could have fooled me.
Well, he knows how to now. Sent in the audition tape, about which Sinners director Ryan Coogler remarked, "You could just tell he was special. Like, as a person, I was like, oh man, we've got to bring this kid in." Learned blues guitar in 2 months. And when asked Variety about his future acting ambitions, he announced he was interested in appearing in a Marvel film. He said, well, I mean, my name is Miles.
Fucking dude.
Every other kid that wanted to be Miles Morales lost out on a role that day.
I was, blown away. And way to swing for the fence. Come out and call for Miles Morales right away. Like, yeah, that's some big dick energy.
We're going to talk about some of the different scenes and stuff here. But Jamie Lawson is Perline. She's the married woman. She's great. She has her own song in this. The main villain, and one of the most charming motherfuckers in the film, Jack O'Connell as Remick.
Kills it.
Kills it.
Yeah, he did really good.
the fucking like that glare he gets in his eyes, and there's a bloodlust in the way he like opens his mouth and he talks. I've listened to Rocky Road to Dublin probably 1,000 times since then. He plays the vampire master, the Lord Vampire, whatever you want to call it, and he's on a mission to widen his family, to grow his coven, his group, his family of vampires, and he's preaching inclusivity. He's preaching we're all the same. One thing that I will say about the family is that you lose individuality. If everybody is immediately the hottest folk artist of all time, no one is the hottest folk artist anymore. And those random KKK fucks he picks up immediately can just play Will You Go, Lassie, Go. And I don't know. This film is largely about cultural assimilation, appropriation, identity, heritage, all of these concepts, and fighting for the soul. And Remick wants your soul so everyone can become the same together. And our protagonists, our group, they want their identity. They want to express themselves. And I don't know, it's fucking vampirism as cultural assimilation is something I haven't seen before, and I really dug it.
I really enjoy when he brings those that family out and they start playing Go Lassie Go.
Yeah.
In my head when it happened, I was like, so he got lucky enough to find like good musicians, because they don't tell you the hive mind, the shared experience thing right away.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, well, that's convenient. Like I didn't hate it. I was just very bewildered by it. It was a good reveal later in the film.
Oh, and they're great. The music in this film, to me,
notch.
it's like, it reminds me of like Inside Llewyn Davis or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yep.
T-Bone Burnett just like dropping super classic like folk songs and like just cultural history songs, historical songs, and just laying down such big, beautiful energy in all of these. We're going to talk about the music here in a second, but Remick, I think, is wonderful. We have Lee Jun Lee as Grace Chow. I love that the Asian, I think they're Chinese.
I'm not sure.
I think they're Chinese. But that is another, aspect of Southern culture that doesn't get talked about as much. We have Delroy Lindo as Delta Slim.
I love this guy.
This guy can do no wrong.
Yeah. I was super stoked to see him in the movie. He's been in a few other films, but I couldn't place any of them.
I think he was trying to bust Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A brother's love is a brother's love.
Yep.
This guy, his character is fucking amazing as well. So he plays Delta Slim, and they're like, we need him for a night when we open the juke. And he's like, no, I don't do that. We got some Irish beer. He's like,
say less.
What? We have 200 bottles of ice cold Irish beer. And that's something also, like, they come back from Chicago, smoke and stack. One of them's got more of like that pinstripe, like classic gangster look. The other's got kind of the more like Irish ruffian look. They're assimilating cultures. They're bringing Irish beer, Italian wine. It's interesting the way it makes comments about how other people are kind of assimilating aspects of different societies as well. It's something we all do. And I don't know. I don't know if it's like saying a certain comment on whether like this is good, but that's bad. But I think it's just kind of more drawing attention to the fact how cultures become integrated into each other. And
I think you're right, because I also viewed it as they're bringing all this other stuff like the Italian wine and Irish beer to...
They sell it so hard to we have Italian wine.
Well, it's
this wasn't made in a boot in someone's backyard.
So in Jim Crow country here, like you're not going to have these things all the time. It's a delicacy almost, like it's not something you're used to. And I mean, we don't have to get into the long and thick of it about Jim Crow, but it wasn't a great time to be an African American. And the whole cutting loose that they're going to go to the juke and they're going to dance and they're going to play the blues and they're going to drink. And it's an escapism. And I think bringing these other cultural things into it is showing that like America is supposed to be this melting pot. These people are cutting loose and having a good time. And it is inclusive that way.
Yes.
There can be good aspects to assimilation of cultures this way.
But if 3 white folks show up after dark,
Hell no.
I think someone even says the line like, they give me the creeps. He's like, yeah, white folks at night do that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, white folks at night will do that. But Delta Slim, he immediately, with the promise of beer, he's like, yo, I'm in. And then he's telling a story about how he was arrested for like vagrancy. And then he was locked up. And then they took him and his other like buddy to go play music at some like private party, and they paid him. And he's like, and my buddy took his money and he was going to get on a train. He paid for a ticket. They immediately arrested him, said he stole the money, and then they cut his pecker off. And just fucking like the dialogue and the monologue, it's just so good. And then he just starts singing the blues at that point. And I'm like, that's a level of like soul and scarring that I can't comprehend. I probably never will. But the character of Delta Slim is just so lived in and very powerful. That guy shows up and you're like, he knows what's up.
Yeah. The passion that comes from, the birth of the blues and your experiences, you pour it out into a form of art. In my opinion, all great art has that little bit of pain or that little bit of trauma that you're trying to work through. Sometimes it doesn't have to be super in your face and right in front, but you can tell when there's a little bit extra detail in some spots because somebody has experienced something that pained them, or maybe didn't pain them but shaped them and the person they became.
Yeah. Well, and they said to him, what did you do with your money? He's like, I drank it.
Yep. I love the little bit of comedy in this scene too, because they're trying to get him to play and he won't, and they're like, we got 200 bottles of ice cold Irish beer, and then they want him to play with the kid, and he's like, nah. And then once they get him the beer, it smash cuts to him playing the harmonica and the kid on the guitar, and everybody at this little, they're at like a market or train station or something, are just like fucking loving it. And
Dude,
Smoke and Stack know they got this. They're like, it's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a good night. And the first time that Miles is in the car riding along with him, he's like, play me something, cuz. And he's like, traveling. And Michael B. Jordan turns. He's like,
oh,
his mouth
shit.
just drops and it hangs open for 5 seconds. He goes, oh! And I had the exact same feeling. Yeah, and he goes, we're going to make a lot of money together. Just like a Tuco Salamanca moment.
Also, the dialogue writing, as somebody who's from Arkansas, and I spent a lot of time in Arkansas as a kid. My cousins, we said "cuz," like it's a Southern thing, and it's just like a warm blanket when you hear it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and the way they say it in this, just like it just made me so happy.
Yeah.
The writing, the slang for the South sometimes can be. I mean, I do a Southern accent. You do a Southern accent on the show all the time, and we kind of come off as like dumb, and it's funny. But damn, when it's done well, it makes me smile.
And another performer, we have Omar Benson Miller as Cornbread. And as soon as he popped up, Carly's like, he's from Holes.
He's so good.
He's so funny in this. He doesn't want to come and be the doorman. And then I think Stack's just like talking shit about his wife. And he's like, I'm going to get over there and smack your ass. He's like, but then we don't have time to talk about all that money. And his wife pops up like,
how much?
Hold on a sec. What about that money? He's fun. He's fun in this, but the music in this film, composed by probably a very soulful blues American. No, it's Ludwig Göransson, who did Fruitvale Station, We're the Millers, Creed 1 and 2, Black Panther 1 and 2, Venom, Tenet, Oppenheimer, and the upcoming Odyssey from Christopher Nolan. Also has worked on New Girl, Mandalorian, and Book of Boba Fett. Da-dung, da-da-dung, da-da-dung.
Damn.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun. Music producer with many hits, including This Is America by Donald Glover.
No shit.
This guy knows how to fucking make music.
Yeah, This Is America is an incredible song.
Amazing song. I got chills thinking about it.
Yeah, that music video too. Damn.
Drew inspiration from blues music, and he performed the score himself on a 1932 Dobro Cyclops resonator guitar, the same one Sammy carries throughout the film.
Resonator guitars are so sick. My brother's got one. They make such a unique sound.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and it's just like the metal plate on the front.
Yep, it's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin got one when we were younger, and he used to play the shit out of that.
The couple worked with Lawrence Boo Mitchell, a blues producer who owns Royal Studios, and visited the B.B. King Museum and local juke joints in Clarksdale and Indianola with him for inspiration. The Gorensons and Mitchell recorded the songs at Royal Studios over 5 days with musicians such as Alvin Youngblood Hart and Cedric Burnside. Now, a lot of the plot of this film can be told, the themes, like through the music. Movie opens up with This Little Light of Mine, which classic song, religious song, and it takes place in that small church, and I don't know, it's immediately kind of calling forth the discussion of souls. I'm going to this little soul of mine, I'm going to let it shine, and the priest, his father, the preacher, he immediately, like, he wants him to sing in the church. He wants him to perform, but on his terms, and to do it this way. And if he goes and does it at this party, that's sinning. It's dangerous out there. And I don't know, it's everyone talks about selling your soul to the devil, but everyone sells their soul to something. And part of my soul I sold to podcasting. Part of my soul I sell to electrical work. It's your time and your effort and your little light. And this movie, I think, very directly also shows how religion tries to claim souls. And for better or worse, to try and say getting that coos and drink some Irish beer is a sin, I'm like, we all got to stop let's talk this through, you know?
Yeah, starting with that song is awesome, too, because I remember being in elementary school, my chorus teacher, Mrs. Hintzman, we would sing this song, and she explained that This Little Light of Mine, You Are My Sunshine, is the most endearing thing that you can say to somebody. You are my sunshine.
Yeah.
Without you, I could not live. And she explained it. Like
it's very emo, though, too.
Yes. And
you are my sunshine.
Get Tom DeLonge on it.
Yeah.
But
where are you?
Having the duality of seeing, like you said, selling your soul to something, you're going to let your light shine. You know, Miles is going to go be a musician. He knows what he wants to do, and he's just trying to achieve that. And his father looking at his son as his sunshine and doesn't want to lose him to the devil and wants him to stay on this holy path. You can see the two ideas fighting against each other.
Yeah, and the preacher, he's trying to save his son's soul.
Yeah, and that means more to him than anything.
This is an old school, like, fire and brimstone religion, too. It's like eternal damnation. If you're not keeping your toes in line, you will be in the fires of hell for eternity. Which I'm like, but that coos.
I gotta go get it. I gotta play this guitar.
I gotta play that guitar, Dad. So, in 1932, identical twins and World War I veteran Smoke and Stackmore returned to Clarksdale, Mississippi after years spent working for the Chicago outfit. Using money stolen from gangsters, they purchased a sawmill from racist landowner Hogwood to start a juke joint from the local black community. Their cousin Sammy, an aspiring guitarist, joins them despite the pastor father's Jedediah's warnings about the blues music and saying it is supernatural.
Which is why I think part of this was inspired by that guy. I gotta find his name. I'll look it up here in a second. But he sold his soul to the devil to learn how to play guitar. And I feel like that is just, there's a crux of that story that kind of spreads throughout this entire film.
And this movie is about selling souls and guitars. One of the first songs we hear him sing is Travelin'. It's only a couple lyrics, but I don't know why in the world I'm here, 'cause the world that I'm loving, she sure don't feel my care. The twins recruit pianist Delta Slim as a performer, Smoke's estranged wife Annie as cook, local Chinese shopkeeper Grace and Bo Chow as suppliers, and field worker Cornbread as bouncer. Annie believes her hoodoo practices kept the twins safe, but Smoke doubts her. Stack runs into the white passing ex-girlfriend Mary, so she is part black, but she passes as white, which is just a note that it's brought up a couple times because she is family when the vampires come up, like, why is she in there? It's like, she's family. And I'm like, she can go wherever she wants, dude. How dare you? We don't belong in there. Yeah, she resents Stack for abandoning her, which Stack later claims was for her own protection. If she was seen associating with him, it would be bad, and he's not wrong. It's a tough situation. I think there's no right or wrong answer where you want to keep someone safe, but she could be violently killed for it, and himself too.
Yeah.
More so. Meanwhile, Irish immigrant vampire Remick shelters from Choctaw vampire hunters with a married Klansman couple, whom he turns into vampires. That whole scene sets up why I would watch a cinematic universe. I want to watch the Native American hunters of vampires.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking dope.
And one of them's like, sun's going down. He's like, y'all have a good day now. We're out of here.
I love the way that Remick kind of bursts onto the screen too, because he's burning in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Like he's smoking and sizzling till he gets to that front door.
Yeah.
And he's he's an excellent con man. And who knows how long he's been alive, how long he's been doing this and crafted and honed his skills, what shared experiences he has to make him so persuasive.
It's his age seems to be a little bit like older than I would assume, because he near the end when Preacher Boy is praying, he's like, he starts praying with him. He's like, I know these words. These are the words they said to my fathers after they killed them, or something when they came to my land. So this is like old school when like Catholicism came to Ireland, Christianity anyways. But
I did find that guy too. The guy I was talking about is Robert Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah. A blues musician accused of selling his soul to the devil to learn the guitar. And when you see a photo of him, I do think that, I mean, the character, I feel like it's kind of inspired.
Dude,
there's something there.
imagine being so good at something. Someone's like, well, that's it. I must have sold his soul to the devil. That's the
He's
only logical explanation.
Clearly supernatural.
There's something off about that. The juke, they get all the ducks in a row. They get everything lined up. There is a sequence where Sammy plays his song, has his big moment in front of everybody.
This is arguably my favorite part of the movie.
This is the peak of the film for me. Some of the vampire stuff, it feels a little less confident, and the turn where it kind of changes genre a little bit, not 100% for me. It's still really good. But to me, that this is a rare film where I'd be like, I could use 20 minutes more to give that spot room to breathe. Because this first, half of the film, it's just getting ready for the big night, music, fun. Like, they didn't need vampires in this film. It's good, but the KKK showing up, that could have been it.
Yeah.
That would have been a great movie too. But Sammy sings his song, and the lyrics, I think, really show a lot of what's happening in the film. Something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. It might hurt you. Hope you don't lose your mind. He's talking to his father here. He's singing about his father here. Well, I was just a boy, about 8 years old. You threw me a Bible on that Mississippi road. Those lyrics really strike me as selling your soul to the devil, because it's always like on the road. That's where those that folk tale always takes place.
And I'll bring it up one more time because old Robert Johnson was accused of selling his soul at a Mississippi crossroad.
And to me, that's really driving home the point. Like, you threw me a Bible, you tried to buy my soul with this, and you wanted me to sell my soul to the religion. You threw me a Bible, and you tried to get me to go down that path. And he's like, I love you, Papa. Did all you could do. They say the truth hurts, so I lied to you.
Ooh. Man. Excellent.
Pretended he was into the church, despite not being so, because he was afraid to hurt his father. This young man knows a lot about the blues. It's Dewey Cox. What did the little boy know about the blues? I cut my brother in half.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's pretty good. Yes, he goes, yes, I lied to you. I love the blues. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, I'm so in right now. And then the film, it goes into the ether, into the atmosphere. It goes into outer space, where all of a sudden the spirits of the past and future are summoned to the party, and you're seeing like original African tribesmen. You're seeing hip hop people. You're seeing like Chinese dancers in there. You're seeing all of the cultures, and it's cool. It's a way for their heritage to live on, and it's a pure expression of themselves and of their histories in a way that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's beautiful because we're at the moment where a lot of music nowadays kind of stems from, like, everybody kind of says everything comes from the blues. Like a lot of hip hop music, they even say, like, you look at Led Zeppelin, a lot of the shit that they play is blues inspired. Blues is a very big cornerstone of music, and showing in this moment what came before and what comes after is a nice little time capsule of showing about, you know, how all of this is created, and that art is inspired by what came before it. It just, that scene gave me goosebumps, and the way it's shot with that, almost like you're floating through the room and twisting and turning and experiencing it as if you are a fly on the wall or a spirit, like you said, traveling through the ether. And
there's a opening monologue by Wunmi Masaku's character Annie, where she says there's certain different like cultures call people that can summon spirits through music, like this is what Native Americans call them, this is what Irish call them, and Africans call it this. And inadvertently, Preacher Boy is so good summoning spirits with his music that Remek's like, I want some of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, rightfully so. He wants the power. He wants that ability. He wants his family to grow. Remek's charming. He is killing people. But as far as vampires go...
super charming. He probably would have got me.
If I can, like, sing Will You Go, Lassie Go on the Rocky Road to Dublin and play guitar that well, like, I'll have the conversation.
I'll sit down with you.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I won't invite you in. We'll do it through the doorway.
Yeah.
At the Joint's opening night, they all perform on stage. The vampire thralls are attracted. They just show up at the door, and they look like three clean white folks. And they're like, nope, you ain't coming in. And they're like, can you even play? And then they play Pick Poor Robin Clean. A pick poor Robin clean. It's like I ate his head and I ate his feet. I would have ate his body, but it wasn't fit to eat.
Yep.
And it's like, and it's all fine because it's for the family. And that's a real fucking old blues song. That song was written or first recorded or heard in 1927.
Damn.
Which I wanted to look it up. So the party is not going well though, because everybody here, they're sharecroppers, and a lot of them don't have real money. They have like certain nickels that are only available at like certain stores for purchase, and they're using them, and this causes a point of an issue between Smoke and Stack, where one's like, it's okay, and then Stack realizes, like, we're not making money. This is not viable.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we have one good night, and maybe we have a couple more, but like not sustainable, like you said. We're gonna have to shut down.
This isn't gonna work. And so he sends out Haley Steinfeld's character, like, go find those white folks because they got real money. And can you go talk to them? And she goes out there and they sing Will You Go, Lassie Go, which I've also listened to that one about 1,000 times. I don't know, man. Three creepy folk musicians in the middle of the night. And that's like the lyrics and melody are a variant of the song The Braes of Balquhidder by Scottish poet Robert Tannahill and Scottish composer Robert Archibald Smith, but were adapted by Belfast musician Francis McPeake, 1885 to 1971, into Wild Mountain Time, and first recorded by his family in the 1950s. The song is Allure. And on the nose. And
trying to lure her in.
And they get her.
Yeah, trying to get her.
And it's very specific. She comes back and... everyone knows vampires. So when she like needs to be invited in, I get it. Like, thanks for not explaining it. It's fine. We're there already.
Yeah, and I feel like lately, when's the last time we had a vampire movie that purely stuck to the fundamentals of what the creature is?
Well, this mostly does. Now, the ending I have issues with.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
But the gotta be invited in was such a good little set piece for them to have to argue, and like the mental chess that both sides are playing Like, especially once you get Cornbread outside. And it's like,
Cornbread goes out to take a piss about half a mile away. Cornbread, what are you doing?
maybe he's taking a shit.
And Cornbread plays it very well when he wants to come back in. And they're like,
Fuck you need to be invited for?
just come in. No, they don't say that because then he would come in. Yeah, what the fuck you need to be invited for? He's like, come on now, just say and come in.
Yeah, and I love the hesitation.
And
too.
Annie immediately she's like, fuck no,
Don't let that fucker in.
don't say it.
Yeah. I love too when what is it? Smoke comes down. He's like, "The fuck is Delta on the door for? Where's Cornbread? He's taking a shit, I guess."
But Haley Steinfeld's character, I forget her name. She gets invited back in.
Mary.
And she says that line. She comes at Stack hard. And she's like, "Well, you can go and steal everything up in Chicago. You can't steal this pussy for just one night." And I'm like,
I was watching it with some friends, and I was like, "That would work on me. That would work."
you're like, "Is there a broom closet?"
All right, yeah, no, you win.
And then he's like, "You drooling," and she like spits in his mouth, and I'm like, "This is filthy."
Yeah. Plus,
And then she eats him. But
vampires have always been associated with sexuality. I mean, for a long time.
yeah,
And the fact that she's drooling, not because the sex is so good, but because she's thinking about drinking his blood.
he's still like, "Sure, whatever."
Yeah, but it's just the miscommunication between both parties there.
Yeah, they're both on different wavelengths at the moment.
It was super funny to me. I chuckled, especially once she spits in his mouth like, "You want some?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god."
I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to go to church again. I'm a sinner." So Smoke closes the joint early as the patrons and Bo leave. The vampires turn them. Stack revives as a vampire, but flees after Annie repels him with pickled garlic juice. Annie realizes their assailants are vampires and tells the survivors that only holy water, sunlight, silver, or wooden stakes can kill vampires. One line.
Nailed it.
Got it. They cannot enter a building unless invited, and that killing Remick will neither save nor destroy those he has turned. Although Remick shares his thralls' memories, their personalities remain intact. This I have an issue with.
It's the hive mind thing that kind of threw me for a loop.
Shares their memories, their personalities remain intact. Those KKK fucks are all of a sudden very fine with like being with black people. And if their personalities remained intact, they wouldn't be. Now, does that mean Remick his will is dominating them? Because later on, when Stack becomes a vampire with his own decisions and ability to make choices, that's is contradicting everything else. Cornbread immediately is like, "I'll fucking sing Rocky Road to Dublin. I'll dance. I'll kill people." And that's not his personality. I don't know. There is a discrepancy in the logic there that I can't resolve.
I think it's something to be said about having shared experiences kind of washes away the racism that you would normally experience between these groups. If everybody understood where everybody was coming from and what they had been through, the color of your skin doesn't matter as much anymore.
But you desperately want to turn people into vampires still?
Well, that's because it's fucking awesome.
Well, no, but I don't think Cornbread would be on that page.
See, I see the flaw in the logic there.
Haley Steinfeld, she's loyal to the family. What's her name? I should quit.
Mary.
Mary, she's loyal to her family. She wouldn't want to condemn them to eternal damnation eating people, but it's fine right away. I don't know. To me, and they'll say like it's a brother's love or something, like whatever. It doesn't work for me. That's an issue I have. You're either an unholy demon, or you're controlled by Remick, or you're not. And the rules there get fuzzy to me because for some reason Stack and then Mary are the only ones that break free of that. And I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I can see the flaw in the logic. The motivation for being the beast trying to turn people is not something that is explained.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, I watched this movie like a week ago. I've only seen it once. I feel like there's something in this area of the film that went over my head. There is something being said about inclusivity and, you know, being shared with everybody that I'm missing. And I know this movie has a lot to do with the Jim Crow and the racial climate that happened back then. And as a white man, I am not well versed in trying to pick that apart or try to explain what's going on. But I feel like there's something to be said about it that I don't inherently understand.
To me,
if that makes any sense.
To me, instead of having Stack become a good vampire who does good things and saves people at the end, let Smoke spare him. It's like I couldn't kill him. He's my brother. He got out. That's fine that there's a vampire running out there, but to try and have him like come back and be like nice and have conversations with Buddy Guy at the end, none of that worked for me. To me, either have Smoke make the difficult decision to kill his brother to save his soul or something like that. But also, if selling my soul means I get an eternity with Mary and doing vampire stuff, well, I don't know. To me, it's just the rules got a little fucky, and it spoiled what was up until like the end, like a perfect film. And to me, I felt like confused by the rules, and I didn't like it.
I wonder if Remek's desire to turn people is being the leader of this coven, if that supersedes a lot of their ambitions. And maybe that's just not explained. Maybe once he dies, that part of them that kind of goes away.
But Stack makes that decision before Remek dies.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is fucky.
And it's not clean. I want it to be clean.
Yeah, it's got to be clean.
The Rocky Road to Dublin. I know this song from Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, fucking great song.
So immediately I knew all the lyrics, and Carly's like, why do you know these lyrics? I'm like, it's the Rocky Road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had a drop of beer in the morning. 19th century Irish song sung by Irish poet D.K. Gavin about a man's experiences as he travels to Liverpool, England, from his home in Tuam, Ireland. Originally popularized by Harry Clifton, it has since been performed extensively and became a standard of Irish folk music. About a young man saying farewell to his loved ones and off to reap the corn. He makes it to Dublin and is mugged. His inquiries are mocked due to his accent. He boards a ship for Liverpool and is thrown in the cargo hold with pigs, where he gets seasickness. In Liverpool, he runs into much more anti-Irish sentiment, but runs into people from his country who stand with him. The Rocky Road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking good tune. That scene too, where if let's say I'm in a juke joint and I'm an African American man in Jim Crow laws, and there's a bunch of white people Irish jigging outside, like close the doors.
Yep, lock them up.
Lock the doors.
I totally am on board with that. Yep.
What? Are they doing a jig and singing the Rocky Road to Dublin out there and dancing?
Somebody took that scene because Remek's got the blood over his mouth, and they're doing the Irish jig outside, and they overlaid Mr. Brightside by the Killers to it.
Oh,
it was hilarious. I was like, with that context, I would definitely be out there,
dude. And I guarantee this is not Cornbread's jam. He's out there dancing.
Yeah, Mary
and Stack are out there having a great time. And I don't know, personalities and individuality just doesn't line up, and I can't. It bothers me, Remek promises to leave in exchange for Sammy, whose musical skills he wants to use to summon the spirits of his lost community. He notes vampirism offers immortality, freedom, and escape from persecution. He also reveals that Hogwood heads the local clan and plans to attack the joint in the morning. When the survivors refuse, Remek threatens to attack the child's daughter, Lisa, at their home. And she says, come and get it, motherfuckers. Come in here.
Yeah, and he knows that because her husband is now
turned.
So shared experience. He knows exactly where to pick at her.
And if she, and some people say might be mad at her, I'm like, if she didn't do it, then the reason the vampires are all killed, I mean, they were lucky. But also, vampires are fucking dumb. They got distracted and they all got caught in the sunlight. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. If you've been a vampire for 200 years, you're pretty good at knowing the sun's going to be bad.
You have a bedtime.
You have a bedtime. You have a curfew.
Very strict bedtime.
And all of a sudden they get so distracted that they forget to go inside. Like, at least with Midnight Mass, they make we won't spoil Midnight Mass. Watch Midnight Mass.
When Grace yells, come the fuck in, or whatever she says.
Yeah.
I think I stood up out of my chair. I'm like, let's fucking go. Here we go.
And Annie says, if something happens to me, I need you to kill me.
Yeah.
My soul can't be that. And that's a tough decision as well. Delta Slim sacrifices himself so Smoke, Perlene, and Sammy can escape. Smoke fights and defeats Stack while Remick turns Pauline. Remick catches Sammy at a nearby river. Sammy smashes Remick's head with his guitar's silver resonator, stunning Remick and his thralls via shared pain.
See, and again, it's got to have something to do with stemming from the person that turned you.
Now, this is one of those things where, like, shared pain isn't something that happens with all vampires. That's not a common law. So they have one scene earlier where they kind of show it. Maybe they did and I missed it. This seemed weird to me. Smoke stakes Remick. As the sun rises, the vampires are incinerated by its light. Smoke sends Sammy home before he kills Hogwood and his men. Okay, scene fucking goes hard. Give me a Tommy gun.
Yep.
Though, he's a World War I veteran. He'd probably be smarter than to just charge out in the opening.
Well, with his brother gone, like I think
He wants to go.
I think he wants to go. I don't think he's long for the world at this point.
There's a great scene where Stack is dead, and Stack has always rolled the cigarettes, and he's trying to roll his own cigarette, and he can't do it. And I'm like, that's very real loss. That's a real moment. He is fatally shot before he kills them all, and he sees the spirits of Annie and their daughter as he dies. And there's Smoke and Stack. They get two forms of their soul's salvation, and Smoke gets to be with Annie and his infant in the afterlife, be it heaven or whatever you want to call it, forever. And Stack gets to be with Mary, living a sinful vampire life forever. And I'm like, I want both.
Give me both. Yeah.
I would take red pill and blue pill. I would eat both pills at the same time. It's interesting, though, like, one of them wants to die so they can be with the loved ones, and Stack wants to live on. And I don't know. He has a personality. Does he want to be a vampire forever? And
it seems like he's doing just fine at the end of the movie.
It seems like they want to have their cake and eat it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all of a sudden he's like the good vampire. I'm like, no. But
there is a line at the end when Smoke is with Annie, the spirit Annie, and the baby.
Yeah.
And she asks, like, do you want to hold him or something like that?
Yeah.
And said, put that out because he's got the cigarette.
Yeah.
I don't want that smoke to get on him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I watched this after Pride Fest.
Yeah.
So I was pretty fucked up. But I sat all night trying to figure out what that fucking line meant.
She doesn't want that, the smoke, the bad life, the evil life.
Yeah.
This is a pure spot, and you can't bring that evil to the child. You have to leave it all behind.
Yeah, and that's what I landed on. But that line is probably my favorite line in the entire movie.
Yeah. Oh, so many good lines. Sammy, he was told he gets to drive the car at the end of the night. He drives the car back to the church covered in fucking blood with just the guitar head, and goes into church, and his father's like, says something about this is what happens, and this is like, and he just shakes his head. He's like, I'm still going back. I can't. I got to go get the blues.
Yeah.
And he chose to use his soul how he wants rather than give his soul to something else. 60 years later, an elderly Sammy is visited by an ageless Stack and Mary after performing at his blues club. Stack reveals that Smoke spared him at the joint on the condition that Sammy would live in peace. After declining the couple's offer of immortality, Sammy performs for them. As they leave, Sammy admits that despite being haunted by that fateful night, until the violence, it was the greatest day of his life. Stack agrees, since it was the last time he saw Smoke, the last time he saw the sun, and the only time they were all truly free. I don't think if you have those regrets, you could die.
Stake yourself.
Walk out in the sun.
Yeah. You can fix this.
I don't know. It's a little bit too much of them wanting to have their cake and eat it too. I don't know.
It's just the duality of the two brothers. And I think another way you could look at it too is how Smoke is cool with everybody, or Smoke understands that they're not going to make money with what they're being paid in until the white folks come in. But Stack is the one that wants to bring them in. It's I wouldn't say the moral fiber of the two characters, but it's where they're
Diverge.
Yeah. It's like you said, two sides of the same coin. Like one wanting to be in the afterlife with his family that's no longer here, and the other one, I mean, Stack is always the more flashy one with the pinstripes and the red. Like, you can kind of tell a little bit of a difference at the beginning.
Yep.
And I think having him live with so bad at names, Mary.
Yep.
Having him live with Mary was his version too. So they both got the endings they wanted.
Except he doesn't have his brother, and he doesn't have the son.
Yeah, and that does suck.
Yeah. But I just think it's such a beautifully told film about the fight for your soul and cultural identity and striving to maintain individuality in the cultural experiment that is America. This is all the cultures being thrown together, and it's important for them to fight for themselves and to fight for what they believe in and to express themselves. But if someone wants to sing Rocky Road to Dublin and get drunk late at night, I'll join them. Like, I'll be there too.
Yeah, I'll be 100%.
I don't know. It's very interesting. And it's American identity is a question these days because we all are immigrants. We all come from different, cultures. I don't know shit about Denmark or Poland or Germany. I know some things, but like, I don't know how my ancestors lived. I don't know what songs they sang. Americans are young. We've been around hundreds of years, not thousands of years. So we don't have that well as much to draw on, which, it's an interesting thing. We are a mixture of Italian wines and Irish beers, much like my liver most Friday nights. Great film.
Yeah, I was super pleased with it. I think it's incredibly creative. It's a breath of fresh air nowadays, like we said, with sequelitis and franchises and universes and this, that, and the other. And I like to see an interesting, I wouldn't call this a horror movie, solid action flick with a really, really good backbone of, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Metaphor?
No, I lost it.
Allegory? Coos?
It's got a good backbone of coos.
It's got so much heart and soul and
like you said, that American condition, like struggling with where you came from versus where you are and mixing with everybody else.
I didn't want to hurt you, Pa, so I lied to you. Oh, I'm gonna die and cry. I'm so sad.
One of my favorite takeaways from this movie is how art can be an escape.
Yeah.
And I think that was very masterfully told. Sometimes all it takes is a good movie or an incredible song or a good night out, sharing different songs and laughs. And of course, Irish beer and Italian wine.
Irish beer. Yeah. This film did very well. Last I checked, worldwide gross of $357.2 million.
Our boy got paid.
Opening marked the best start for an original film since Jordan Peele's Us. I think it's the most profitable original film in like 20 years or something like that.
And you love to see that. I like original films getting the limelight that they deserve.
And Ryan Coogler has received what is known as a blank check. He is going to be able to make any movie he wants next. So very curious to see what he does with that. And if you haven't listened to Popcorn Dogs before, we rank everything. So also, there might be movies on here that you can't find the episodes for, but that's because we have one ongoing ranking and we have a decent number of episodes that are exclusive to Patreon. So if there's a movie on here you want to hear about that you can't find the episode, check out patreon.com/hairofthedogcast to get access to all of these other episodes. But so currently we have 58 movies on our list, and we're going to go right in the middle. 29, Dracula or Sinners.
Sinners.
That
was smart. That was smart.
I didn't even mean to there. The Killer, David Fincher's The Killer, or Sinners.
Oh, Sinners.
That's tougher for me.
You really like that movie. I mean, it's great.
I love Fincher's directing style,
yeah.
And that's just very good. But I will go Sinners as well. Pulp Fiction or Sinners.
Oh, that's tough.
Pulp Fiction.
I think I got to go Pulp Fiction as well.
Yeah, that wasn't easy. That puts this movie at number 15 on our list out of 58.
Respectable.
That's fucking good. That's not an easy list to creep up into.
Yeah, no, that's tough. What is number 1 now still? Is it
The Shining?
The Shining? Oh, No Country for Old Men and Inglourious Bastards. Is that our top 3?
The Shining, Inglourious Bastards, The Thing,
Oh, The Thing. That's right.
No Country for Old Men, Hateful Eight, Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, we got to do some more Kubrick because I think we only have 2 on there, but would be the Kubrick show then. But check out patreon.com/hairofthedogcast for access to more episodes. Special thanks to Patreon executive producers Brian Ward, Ryan Krisinek, Kipper, Phil Wright, Jordan Hoff, Kelly Gutowski, Bryant Ross, Phil Just Red Bear, Phil Thanks Tyler, Justin Melly, Just Sonic, Horny Jim, Levi Wayne, and Spetsnaz. We appreciate all of your support. And leave comments. We've been getting a lot of comments lately, and I love reading them. And leave reviews if they're 5 stars. And if you have a mean comment, leave it on a 5-star review.
Please, thank you.
That'd be better for me.
I do have a special announcement on my pick because I had a movie just pop into my head about 12 minutes ago, and I decided it's the one I want to do. You ready for this?
We're ready.
I picked Panic Room.
Panic Room. David Fincher's Panic Room, starring Jodie Foster
And Kirsten Stewart and
little-
Jared Leto. And
Oh,
it also has our
no.
boy, it's got
Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam's in it.
Dwight Yoakam?
Do you know who was supposed to play Dwight Yoakam's part?
No.
Maynard, the lead singer from Tool.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I did just watch Panic Room about a month ago. And I
It's a
forgot
good
how
movie.
good it was.
It's a good movie.
I got a bunch of little caveats from behind the scenes that I'd like to talk about.
And thank you so much for listening and coming on this journey with us. Go listen to the soundtrack. It's on Spotify. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And when you're done with that, go get some booze.
Hit some coos, drink some booze, and go to church. If that's your thing, that's good too. But keep your soul, you know? Or drink some beer. I don't fucking care.